write it down. Write it down about your all strengths, your qualification, experiences, your achievements, and your project, your volunteering opportunity, anything about yourself, and keep a at least able to talk at least for 2 minutes. That should be your target. Minimum amount of uh, time you can take for answering this question is 2 minutes. So you should have the data on the paper where if you want to read, it should like last for 2 minutes. I've seen people like are very well qualified. They have done a lot of things, but when it comes to the question, answering this question in the interview, they get like lost somewhere or try to like remember the things sitting on the interview table. So the best practice is to keep it ready and rehearsal, do a rehearsal, but it should not sound as a rehearsal or monotonous when you're talking. Just get into a habit of like talking about yourself into the interview. And I also mentioned some time back, like if you have got any questions related to this particular thing, you can put it into the chat. Moving on. Okay. So next question usually again asked to the fresher is, why do you want to work here, or why this company? Why not like others, or what is your preference? Okay, the purpose of this question is, it's more of a what uh, background check you have done regarding this company. Whether did you search this profile of this company, whether you know about who we are. I'm just talking on behalf of the employer now. So are you aware where you have come for the interview or not? If you don't know me as a company, then it talks about you are not really interested in doing the job, right? You have just casually come and you have come for the interview. So my purpose of asking this question could be, are you really interested in about my company? Do you know what kind of work I do? What kind of like departments I have, right? So for that, you need to understand, and you need to go to the Google. There is everything on the Google, and you have a lot of apps these days to know about any company. A simple way is just go to the company, go to their About Us page. Every company has their website, and you can go to the home page or the About Us website. Okay. And what to look for that when you are answering this question? Be careful not to talk extensively about this question, and you can be very summarized. Again, take a piece of paper and your mobile phone's note section, anything. So what you can do is you can take the name of the company and where its headquarter is, and and what how many offices they have in how many companies they have their offices, right? And what is their core business, and what are the different business streams they have, right? Know about all those things, and who is the CEO. And if you're going for accounting, you should be knowing at least the name of the CFO. And if you're going for the like technical side, you can know about the like chief information officer, or anything related to who could be the like top position, whatever the profile you are applying for. So believe me, if you answer me, for example, if I'm asking, what do you know about this XYZ company, my company, and you are telling me, yeah, this is a company name, its headquarter is this, and it has so many employees, and it has so many offices, the impression will be really great when compared to the other people who may not be aware at all about the company, right? So this is very important. Knowing about the company and basic details of the company is very important. The more you know about, the better it is. So it has long last impact on the interviewer. Question is very simple, but if you are having the answer, and it also try to understand this. This also talks about you are really interested in this job. Okay, you are not just come casually, not coming and trying for this job. If see, it's very simple, right? If you want something, you would be very serious about that. If you are if you know Virat Kohli, for example, if you like Virat Kohli as an like cricketer or the sportsman, you will try to get more information about it. If some of your friends would ask, what is the age of Virat Kohli? Not everyone knows, but what about the die-hard fan? He would be know about everything about Virat Kohli, right? Right. He when his marriage anniversary is there, where he was born, and what kind of like what does he do for fitness and blah blah. There are rest of the thing, many things we have in the list, right? So when you are interested in someone, when you are interested in some company or in anything, you would be try to doing like more research about that person or that company. The same thing goes here also. So this shows your how interested you are, how serious about this company. Any questions? Keep it in the chat box. I'm happy to take that. I'm assuming we are all good so far. Can I have some kind of confirmation in the chat box? People say yes, you're good, and what I'm talking is making sense to you. Really appreciate the responses, and you guys are the good audience. Thank you very much. And while you listen to me, you can also read what is given on the PPT, but do not focus, keep your focus on my words at the same time. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. This
Sorry to
is,
interrupt, Mr. Sami.
yeah, yeah,
I had one question. Would it
yeah.
be good if we know about the current scenarios of the company? Would it help us it would be good if we include the
Yeah,
current news about the
yeah,
company?
yeah, it does. It does. Like current happening, like any exciting news, any good news, I would say, of course, or any current happening that does add value on us.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And any other questions? Sorry to cut you guys, other people. You can maybe jot down your questions. My preference is to take all the questions at the same time at the end of the presentation, or else you can put it in the chat. I can pick it from there. It like breaks the flow, so I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll take one by one, don't worry. You can just put it in the into the chat. Okay, next question is about like what are your strengths? Okay, this is like again very because see why this kind of question might sound to very basic to the people who are might be listening to me today, right? So but it has some background. Like for the freshers, there are not many things to talk about, because for the experienced people, they can talk about how the teamwork would be there, and what was your relation with the client and everything. You can speak at a length. But freshers, there are a couple of things only interviewers would have to ask, and they have to like pick out the best questions from. So this question about what are the your strengths, basically they want you to talk about what you have done so far apart from your academic, or if you are, it can be a part of the academics also, but it talks more about your achievement, where you outstand yourself. There are a lot of people who would be there in the college, like your college strengths, your classmates would be like close to 100, but how you were different from others, how you, what was your strength that made you different from the other students. Okay, so you need to focus on your skill set, and keep in mind that you have to talk about how different you are from others. Okay, so this is more about the you knowing about yourself. So in order to tackle this question, what you can really do is again take a piece of paper, okay, and write down your strengths. And when I say strengths, it doesn't need to be only about your academics or anything. It can be anything, right? It can be anything. It can be like more of a uh, sports. You have took a part in some sports, and you were the captain of the team, vice captain, or you were the player, but but you have performed well. So that could be one option, and it can be other things also. If you have worked on some internship and you led that project, and you have worked for some organization or something, you can like and what are the strengths you are there, like wherever you see that you have shown some kind of leadership qualities, or your skill set, you got to know about your skill set. So it so happens many times we work and we interact with the people on a daily basis, but we do not catch our strengths sometimes. Then you need to sit down and you have to write about that, and you will get to know what are your strengths. Okay, so what to do? You can do an exercise. Okay, best answer, if you want to get the best answer to this question, is you can reach out to your parents, I would say. They are the like kind of people who have been with you since your birth, or before your birth they were existing, and since you are like day one, you have been they have been seeing you. So they are the like best people to tell you about your strengths. Okay, same goes with your weaknesses also. So strengths, go to your parents, talk to them, and ask them what are the strengths do they see. I know parents would be very generous to their children, and they can give like a lot of options to you. So pick up what you feel relevant for the job. And second set of people you can reach out is your faculties. Okay, I'm talking about freshers. So go to your faculties, and because you spend like at least 3 years there, and for the graduate engineering 4 years, right? So ask them about your strengths. They might come up with some things, surprising things, which we you may not talk about. I'll give you one example. Okay, I can. Recently, one of my colleague, okay, he was also like at the managerial level. He left the organization, and in his last speech, he everyone talks about the person going out, right? So we exchange the thoughts or the experiences how we had with the other people or the person going, and vice versa. That person also talks about the his experiences with each and every team member. So when he was talking about me, he mentioned one word about me which I really liked. Uh, when he was describing my leadership style or describing me, he told one thing, that Sammy, you keep the things separately. Like when you are personal, you are very jovial with the people, you forget about the work, you do not mix the thing. And when you are professional, you set the standard, you are very clear, you clear this set expectation, your objectives, your expectation from the people, you keep it very clear. So this is something which I may not be aware, or I was not aware of this. This is something I take it as a strength. So since then, I took that as a positive feedback, and wherever I might go to the interview, and if I'm being asked this question, I can quote this example. So your colleagues, for the experienced people, your colleagues and your boss, your onshore counterpart, they can be helpful uh, with giving you the examples of the your strengths. And your brothers and sisters, of course, and your close friend, ask them to genuinely talk about your strengths. Moving on to the next question,
Shabir
weaknesses.
bhai, can you be please closer to the mic? I see your voice, although it is okay, but still I see it can be like from
Okay,
regular. I see it is a little bit low actually.
okay, sure, I'll try to be better. Thank you. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is it good now? Better?
Okay, okay,
Okay.
fine.
Okay, weaknesses, about the weaknesses also, same thing as the strengths. Again, same set of people who are good, giving you about good feedback about your strengths, and they are the same set of people which we have talked about, right? First, see, best person is you yourself. You have to be very honest with yourself to get the feedback, whether it is good or I won't call it as bad. I would say any points of improvement, because as a human being, we are human beings. We are like we tend to make mistakes, right? To err is human. So every human being is bound to make errors. We also make errors. So we would be the first person to judge ourselves, talking about our strengths, and same goes with the weaknesses also. Again, go back to the same set of people, your parents and your colleagues, your friends, your siblings, anyone who can give, and your of course your family, you can reach out to them and ask about the weaknesses. And when you are talking or discussing about the weaknesses, don't get bogged off, right? Don't get like uh, that array so and so person is talking, he's telling me that I am short tempered. So don't get like frightened or think too much about it. Okay, so keep that in mind, and try to work on that when somebody is talking about any weaknesses. Or see, if you want to define weaknesses, I would say that is not a weakness, that's a point of improvement, because any given point of time everyone would have some sort of skill set, some sort of strength, some sort of weaknesses also. That's a human, we are not angels to not to make mistake, right? So when somebody is giving you your weaknesses, don't feel bad about that. If you really want to grow, if you really want to fly high, if you really want to go up the ladders in your career or in your personal life, getting the feedback is very important. So knowing about your weaknesses is not a like a bad thing. Take that. And so now connecting the weaknesses point in the interview, do not talk about all the weaknesses in the interview. Tell a kind of weakness which you can work upon, can come over. For example, if you are saying I'm short tempered, don't talk any such thing, right? I'm very stubborn. If I want to get something, I get it done at any cost. I do not bother about anyone or anything when I get to uh, get or want something. So that is not the kind of weakness you are going to talk in the interview. Interviewers try to get you such answers from you, but you need to be very careful. You need to be very diplomatic enough to answer or give the weaknesses which are only in a way that you can improve upon. Okay, so don't give any weaknesses which can cost you, or you can lose the interview, right? So you can give one example here is given as I'm not a good person, I'm not a public speaking, I'm not good at public speaking, right? So public speaking is something which is not a trait everyone would expect in a job. That is something additional trait people would look for in a candidate. If you have the public skill, that's good. If you don't have, that's not a problem at all. And if you are working on that, that's fine, well and fine. You can say my communication, I'm not too happy with my communication, I'm not fluent in my communication. Even though you're talking well, you are able to understand, if you are not fluent enough, you can mention that as a as your weaknesses. Okay, so keep in mind, whenever you are talking about your weaknesses, make sure that you are not talking about any weakness which can cost you the job, right? Where, for example, the interview is for like customer care executive, and you are saying I'm impatient, right? Then you being impatient, and you are sitting and taking calls for the customer care job, then that is certainly there is no match with the expectations, right? So the best idea is to ignore such questions, or remove tell weaknesses which can be worked upon. Okay, hope I'm making sense here. Okay. Another question is about the career path. Like, why did you choose this? Right? For example, if somebody is coming for the US taxation, I'm taking finance example. US taxation, something is coming up with giving interview about it, associate level of US taxation. They can come up and try to understand if you are really interested in this kind of profile. Now, this is not about the company; it's more about the profile and the career. So how excited you are. For example, if somebody has done BTech, and that person, and he is specialized in IT, and that person is coming for the US taxation job, right? Then that can trigger my mind as an interviewer that why this person is coming here. Is he really interested, or because he is not getting the job there, he is trying something else? So the basic idea in this case would be, are you really interested? Are you genuine in taking or making the career in this particular field? Or you are coming with some kind of pressure you are not getting the job in your field, and you want to try it out here. So you need to be very careful. If you are really passionate about that particular thing, for example, if somebody knows about somebody knows about like taxation and they know what is the value or the kind of demand of US taxation into the market, you can talk about that. And your if your field is also same, your graduation, what you have done or your degree is also like accounting and taxation related, you can correlate that. You can say, I'm an MBA, BCom graduate, MBA graduate. I'm from the accounting background, and this is when I was in college, I heard a lot of about US taxation, and it has like a lot of opportunities into the market. I will get to know, if I'm taking this as a career, I will get to know how the US market works. I can explore more about US market. I can know about like different cultures if I work in the for the US based process. So you need to correlate your interest with the uh, job profile you are applying for. So when you are in on the interview table, make sure that you are connecting the dots between your qualification, skill set, and your graduation, your qualification versus what they are offering. Okay, so you need to be careful and do some kind of like research, because the more you know about that profile. For example, in our example, we are talking about US taxation, right? So you should be knowing more about US taxation profile and what kind of opportunity comes, what kind of the companies are there, and what kind of packages these profiles would getting, right? So if you are aware of that, then definitely it would be easier for you to answer such questions. Are we good? Can you guys like put it in the chat? Are we good? Just put it yes, no, going well. So that I know I'm with you guys. Okay, thank you for the responses. I appreciate that. Okay, this we have covered, right? What do you know about the company? Okay. Okay, this is somewhat related to the question number 2, where they were asking about what do you know about the company, and how did you like get to why do you want to work here, right? That was the basic question. And now they are asking about the company itself, and the set of questions would be like same here. Uh, so again, same thing here also. What we have discussed in the answer to the second question, the same thing would be applied here. You would be talked about basic idea about the company. You are, example, I'm taking example of Infosys. So you should be knowing who is the like CEO of Infosys, and where is the headquarter of Infosys, and what are the different processes Infosys is involved into, and various offices it has, like number of offices, number of employees they have, and any happening news, as Anas mentioned earlier, any currently happening news. For example, somebody is going Tata, so they should be know about the demise of Ratan Tata, for example. So anything happening which is in the news, you should be aware of that. This is very important, and this is something everybody should be capable of answering. This is equally good for the experienced people also, which the interviewers put stress upon, because why they are asking about the team, and why they are not checking your capabilities. Maybe as an individual, you would be a good person. You know what to do and how to do your job, and you're qualified, you are skilled. But if you look at the companies, when you go, and you need to interact with the people, with team, and with the like lot of other people sitting at the like different time zones in the different countries. Okay, so you should be a team player. There are very less number of jobs which are uh, at an individual level, right? So they would expect the companies, when we are talking about MNCs, right, multinational companies, they have offices, and most of the uh, offices what we have in India, they works for the like some other region, US, Canada, Australia, whatnot. So willingly, not willingly, you would be put it in a team or wherein you need to work with the people, for the people, and you need to take care of the team when you go up the ladder. So being a team member is really important. However, how good are you at the like individual level does matter, but equally good, you should be a team player as well. So what to do here, to talk about like you being a team player? Again, you need to uh, sit back and see what are the places where you have got the opportunity to work with the people. Okay, so a couple of examples can be, as I mentioned earlier also, sports is a one thing. If you are a good cricketer or a football player, you can mention that, because football, cricket, baseball, these are kind of games which will not be complete. You can't win the game unless all the team members are in sync, right? Only having Virat Kohli in the Indian team or the Rohit Sharma will not win you the match. You need to have the good bowlers also. You need to have the good wicket keeper. You need to have the good fielders also. With having only two batsmen or three batsmen will not win the match for you. Same goes with the companies also. You have to be a team player. So you can quote such example where you have worked as a where you have like played some kind of game or the sports where it was you were a part of the team. Okay, second thing is during the college days, many fest happen, right? In your college, many quiz might have happened, any competition might have happened, and any big for example, like annual days happens in the colleges. So there were a lot of coordination would be required there. There are a lot of people would be there who would be a part of that committee, and there are a lot of students committee would be there. And third example can be if you are a part of an NGO. NGO works with the volunteers. So when I go, if somebody asks me, I always give example of I am being a part of an NGO that talks about I'm working with different kind of people who may be more experienced than me, and there can be certain people who certain volunteers who are like freshers. So I'm working as a team there also. Out of my organization, I'm giving my spending my like social time with a different set of people altogether who are not from my background, that it talks about I be a good player. Okay, so you need to sit back and look at the things where you have showcased you being a team player, and write it about that. Keep the things in advance, because you are, if you are trying to remember on the interview table, that would be that will not be a good job, or you may not be able to recollect all the things. So take out some time and write it down about all the cases where you were a part of the team and you worked as a team. Moving on. Okay, this is again very favorite question of interviewers for the fresh graduates, and very tricky also at the same time. What is the purpose? Because they are taking you today, and why they are asking about the uh, something which is happening after 5 years. Why they are so bothered about me, what I am going to do about like 5 years or in the coming years, right? So the basic idea is to check your flexibility. Are you a person who is looking for a long-term career in my company or not? Okay, that is the main purpose of this question. If you are saying I see myself as a settling down in US in 5 years, then the interviewer or the employers would think, okay, he is thinking about going abroad in the future. Then this person can go anytime. He may not require like 5 years for doing that, right? So you need to be very careful while answering that. So best way to answer this question is talk about how you can grow within that organization, right? For example, you are joining as a fresher. As in our previous example, we talked about in job interview of US taxation associate. So if you're joining as an associate, and you should be knowing the hierarchy of that particular company. Like, what is a hierarchy? When I say hierarchy, is nothing but the like position, different position they have, like how people grow, like associate, then senior associate, then the team leader, then the manager, they have senior manager, then AVP, then VP, director, you should be knowing about the hierarchy. Knowing the hierarchy also is not enough. Only knowing the hierarchy. You should be knowing that how a person can move and what is the time frame one need to have in order to move it to the different levels. So in order to answer this question, you should be knowing after 5 years, if I work in a company and this in this particular profile, how long I can go, right? Can I really become a manager in 5 years? If that possible, if that is a trend into the market, then I can say I want to see myself as a learning a lot about this profile and having some kind of certifications along with me. Plus, I want to see myself as a handling some good number of team members, right? But if you think that uh, if you're talking very impractically answering this question, then that can land you in getting rejected also. For example, you are saying, I want to become an AVP in 5 years. And if you hierarchy, the basic kind of minimum number of years of experience for the AVP is 12 years. And this question is put you for the 5 years. And this is something you are not connecting with the question. And the answer what you are giving is not practical enough to move ahead. So you need to be knowing what kind of like position you are applying, and after 5 years, how a person is working hard and putting his heart and soul, how much he can reach, whether he can go to the team leader level or the manager. If you think somebody is really doing work hard and he can become a manager, there is a possibility, then say, I want to see myself is doing good in my current job, learning a lot of things. So and so you can mention, if you are aware of the advanced thing in that process, you can mention that, and you can mention about any certification also, and you can talk about the positions also, right? You want to reach. Again, this is also very important these days, like people are like spending a lot of time on the social media and all, so they want to test how like flexible you are, like for this is not like easy to answer question, okay? Because this is something kind of, can you guys confirm if my voice is good? You able to hear? Somebody can put it in the chat. Okay. I hope it's good now.
Yes, Sanjay.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, because I got the pop-up here, your connection is stable. Just that's why I wanted to check. Okay. So prioritizing the things. See, if you ask me, one of the qualities of the leaders who grow, what best qualities they follow is they know and they are aware of, and they are able. They don't do the things random, right? They have, for example, if um, we get 2 days off, so if somebody is kind of really a good leader, then definitely he will keep a list of the things ready with him, right? So he will know what how that my time is to be spent, and what to prioritize, and because there can be 100 of things, right? And as a person working and as a leader into the company, people expect you to take the wise decisions in terms of prioritizing the work. There are a lot of things happen. There would be a lot of conflicts happen in our companies due to the people not managing their time well. They are equally capable enough, they are qualified enough, but they do the things which are not really required. So you can always like draw out a chart or the table which talks about what is important and urgent for me today, right? So there is one table, if you can type it on the Google, you can understand. There's one table which talks about the things which are important and urgent. There can be certain things which are important but not urgent. There can be things which are urgent but not important, right? And there can be certain things which are not important and not urgent, right? Browsing through social media, not important, not urgent also, right? So such things you can put it in the last box. So there is a table available. You can look out and put all your activities, all your day's activities into that table, particular table, right? So that can give you your answers. You can say, coming back to the question now, how do you prioritize your work? You can say, I always follow a timetable. I go to my college. You can give some examples. When I was in college, I had a proper timetable in place. I used to get up into the morning and I would get ready for the college. And when I come back from the college, so and so time, I would go to some kind of training session, certification. I would go for like couple of hours. Then I would go to got to teach to my my younger ones at home, or I would take some kind of classes. And at the like night time, I would sit with my parents and talk with them and share my whole day's experiences and talk to them. And I would check about them also. And if somebody is like experienced people, they can talk about this very well, because they already have like 9 hours kind of a job in place. So for them, it would be easy. So somebody has rightly mentioned time management matrix. So this is something people can take a look and create it for yourself to answer this question very well. Yeah, so those some of the questions I had, and one before I go take up this question on my slide. One of the questions is about the salary. Like they would ask freshers, I'm talking about, they would ask about the salary, like how much is your expectation? And that's a kind of trap sometimes our freshers fall into. Do not give any numbers. So safest answer, if you ask me, is you can say I'm okay with the company norms. It means whatever you usually give salary or the package for this position, I'm okay with that. Saying this will not lock the your package, believe me. Saying this will not lock the process of your discussion about your package. No, it will not happen. There would be a lot of discussion can happen about the salary after the interview. So do not fall into the trap. Do not give them, say, I'm expecting like 10 lakhs package. They would say this person is coming for just for the sake of money, right? So do not give them option to reject you. Be on the safe side at this point of time. When they are asking you about any package, just say, I'm okay with being a fresher. I'm okay with the company norms. I know this company pays good, so I don't think so that would be a problem me to accept the offer which is being done by this company. And at the later stage, once you have cleared the round and you have moved to the like next round or the salary discussion, you can do the discussion. It's not like, oh, you're told already you are good with the company now you can't take your words back. Nothing like that. You can change or always change that. You can always negotiate, do that negotiations. And for the people who are experienced, you can also say the same thing. You can say, I'm okay with the as per this position, whatever like company is paying, I'm good with that. If there is a possibility, if I'm not really happy, I can negotiate. We can have a kind of negotiations at the later point of time. You can say about like this. This is for the like experienced people. And if they are asking you, putting you stressed, like no, you have to tell me the amount. This is for the freshers and experienced both. Then give them the range. For example, for the fresher people, they are asking like, no, you have to tell me the figure. Then tell them like, I'm okay with something from packages from 3 lakh to 5 lakhs. And same goes with the experienced candidate also. And be practical in answering this question. It's not like you will get whatever you want, right? And it is not like, for example, you are asking or giving them the range of 3 to 5 lakh, and their band is 5 lakh, and you are giving only. No, they will need to follow certain norms. So don't worry about that. Just bother about one thing, which is your interview at this point of time. So when you are giving interview, just bother about interview questions and give the answer to your questions. Once interview is done, send a thank you note. This is like a kind of token of gratitude gesture you are giving, thanking to the employer and appreciating them for giving you the opportunity. It would be a very small thing. It might take 1 minute of your time, but it can have good impact on the interviewer or the HR person. Or these days, like many HRs, like doing a follow-ups on the uh, WhatsApp and all, you can send instead of like sending email, you can send a formal note on the WhatsApp also. So and do not like bog them off. Do not be after them after the interview. Be patient. Let them respond to you. If they are not responding in a day or two, then only take a follow up. Sometimes we become so impatient that the interview happens at like 3 o'clock. They want the update in like very immediate response. We want to get the response within couple of hours, and they may not like this kind of attitude where the person is very impatient and kind of person who is desperately want to come out of his present organization. So don't do that. Be patient and wait for their reply. And couple of other tips I have: always in the interview, carry the best resume, get it proofread by some expert before going for the interview, and never argue with the interviewer. No interviewer would like somebody arguing with them. If you are not happy with any of the points, make sure that you are countering that in a good way. You can say, I know, I understand what you're saying, but my point of view is little different. Kind of such words you need to use. Don't argue, don't fight with them, because ultimately they are the people who would make decision whether you would be a. Sometimes they would put you under stress. They just want to test your like patience, but you need to understand their purpose. Don't fall into the trap and talk negatively about your previous employer or negatively about the case scenario or case study they are giving. They can put you into a situation. They might come out talking about negatively about some person or something, but you need to be careful enough. Judge the question they are asking and give some diplomatic answer. Salary negotiations we have discussed. And as a like a resume we are talking about, don't write anything, because I take day in and day out, I take a lot of interviews. I have seen people write a lot of things on their resume which they have never worked, right? So don't write anything which is you are not aware of, which you have not done in your experience, or anything, whether it's a qualification, whether it's a kind of project or any technology you're talking about. Don't write anything. There is no lie. Put your case genuine. If something is destined for you, then that will definitely come to you. So don't have to uh, take help of some having some lies on your resume. Be genuine, put all your efforts. If something destined to you, then definitely nobody can take it from you, right? Be confident. Being confident is very important in the interview. And people ask me like, how can we be confident? The simple answer to that is, the more you practice, the more you are confident enough, right? Without practice, nobody would be. Taking an example of, again, there is a cricketer, right? We see they are playing very well. They are hitting the sixes. There is a lot of uh, back end like practice they have done, right? They have done like a lot of net practice. They have take care of their fitness. They have not eaten the food, all the food they like. They have take care of everything at the back end. That is why today they are like playing with a lot of confidence, right? So in if you really want to become confident, you need to prepare well. Keep your mobile phone switch off. Don't uh, keep it in silent mode, or you can keep it outside. I would prefer, if somebody is really serious about your interview, keep be away from your mobile phone. Okay, it can sound and you can get distract, and the interviewer also might not like that is happening. You don't have to be rush. So always like start early. Maybe you can go and sit there and settle down yourself rather than starting late, driving late, and we don't know. Accident might happen. So be careful. Start early, reach early, and settle down, have some water before going to the interview table. And they would also take a look at that. They would also observe this quality in you, that you are serious about the job and you have come uh, before the time. This is again very common thing. Firm handshake. Whenever you are going, greet them, say good morning, good afternoon as per the time, and maintain the eye contact. Not maintaining the eye contact can talk about you being not confident enough. So make a eye contact. Don't stare at them. Don't stare at the like continuously to them. When we say eye contact, you can just keep constantly looking into their eyes, but at the same time somewhere here and there you can see it should not be staring. So there is a difference between maintaining the eye contact and staring. Okay, you need to get that difference. Firm handshake, and at the time of going end of the interview, you can thank them about giving the opportunity also. Proper body posture is very important. It also like talks about how confident are you. You should not be like slogging on the chair. Be confident, straight, sit straight. Your back should be very straight. This talks about uh, how energetic you are, how confident you are, how serious you are. There is one thing only, is we are talking about the posture, but it talks about many things. You have to look fresh in the interview, right? So your body posture is also very important. So with this, we have come to an end. This is what I have for today. And I could see a couple of questions on my chat box. If you guys are having any questions quickly, I want you to put it in the chat box. I will take one by one. So career gap. Yeah, that's very interesting. Career gap. Um, it depends like what kind of career gaps you have. Okay. Most of the time, what I have seen my experience is people leave their jobs. Okay, people leave their jobs and search for the another job, and sometimes it so happens that it will take very long time to get the another job. In such a cases, what you can do is, for example, if you are one example I'm taking, one of the example can be switching the profile, going from one profile to another. Earlier you were not into the accounting, now you are going wanted to go to the account core accounting field because you have not seen much activities. Now you want to make a change. In such cases, you can talk about the what homework you have done, what are the things you have practiced, and the other way of doing that is what are the different certification or the courses you have done during this process. So one, the best way of covering the career gap is to fill it with your certifications or any course related courses. Okay. And the big challenge here, what I have seen is for the people who have like went back to their family business or something, and after 2 to 3 years they are back now. They want to do the job now. For such people, you can be so genuine. If your business was good and you can relate the things, you can mention about that, that I was a part of my family business. Now I have realized that there are a lot of people are there, and because I am from so and so background, this is my passion as well. Apart from that, now I am focused on my career. I want to make my career into the field of accounting, for example. So that apart from that, I keep an eye on my business also on the weekends. But at the same time, I want to like now focus. That's the reason I have a big gap. You can talk about why should I hire you. In this question, you can talk about more about your skill set, and you need to know the JD, right? Job description of the company you are going for. Again, I'm taking an example of, for example, they are looking for some business analyst, and the requirement and the JD says the person who is applying for this should have good communication, and he should be knowing advanced part of the Excel, and they should be expert of Python. Okay, some of the qualities they have mentioned or the expectation. What you need to do is you need to do some kind of match the following, right? We used to do in our school days. So they have given the other side, right hand side options they have given. What do you need to have? You have to be a good communicator. You need to be having a good hands-on experience in the Excel, uh, Power BI, and Python. These are the four skills they are expecting. On the left hand side, you need to write down if you really possess that or not. First thing, if you think that out of those four you have three things with you, then you can answer this question very well. You can say, why should I hire you? Then you can say, I've gone through the JD, and as per the requirement, I'm a good communicator. My communication is really good. I can handle the things. I can talk to the client and people very well. And second thing is you have talked about that this person or the this profile needs a person who has the good knowledge of Python. So I have recently done that certification, and you can ask me any questions. You can talk about that. About the Excel, I know all the formulas and advanced level. I have done the certification on that, or maybe certification need not be paid only. You can, there are a lot of certifications or the courses available at free of cost also without certification also. If you have done that, you can also talk about such things. So basically you need to match your skill set with the JD or the requirement of the company. Hope I answered this question. Um, Worked in a US mortgage for 3 years, but now I want to change to fund accounting. Yeah, this is not impossible. First of all, this is something which is not impossible. This is possible, but you need to at the same time look at your competition, whom you have the competition with. You would be having the competition with people who are like CA, CMA, CFA in some cases, and the all the people who are already working into this industry. So one way of doing is taking that full-time courses wherever is being offered, and you can choose some places where they are placing the candidates also. That is also very important. Placement, I always talk about the people where people, you can spend money on the trainings, no doubt about that. But my suggestion is spend your time or spend your money at places or the courses where people are giving the job opportunities also, not job assistance, job guarantee or job placement kind of stuff. So the easy thing or the like shortcut way is doing some course and getting connected with such consultancy or the training houses and get placed yourself. And the second way of doing is getting connected to the your friends or colleagues working into that particular profile and making a contact with them, understanding the requirement first, like what are the expectations are there. You are if you are capable enough to take that charge or not. And believe me, one thing you need to always keep in mind is you are having going to have the competition, then you have to be skilled enough, right, to compete with them. If you are like going as a just a normal accounting graduate and your aim is to compete with the CS and CMAs, then you need to be knowing much more than them, right? So prepare yourself. There is nothing like rocket science you can't do. There is always a possibility. Best resume, we have another session. You can check that on our YouTube page. That is Career Guidance Council. We have all the different webinars happened so far. You can take a look at that. A couple of questions, then we will finish it. Which job portal is more visible? That's a very good question. LinkedIn is something which is hot cake into the market, which is giving hundreds, thousands of people the job at free of cost, and it has premium service also. You can go by that also. but basic is enough, I would say. You can search for the job. You can, a lot of knowledge sharing is also happening at LinkedIn, and a lot of hiring these days is happening from the LinkedIn. So I would urge, if any of the participant doesn't have LinkedIn account so far, go with that today itself, make it, and make a good profile. How to counter the recruiter in a respectful manner so that they don't feel countering is about putting yourself in a good way. Talk to them politely, because the world is very small. We don't know the same kind of person you will meet again in the other company. So uh, you can talk, you can put forward your points. It's not like you have to accept whatever the recruiter is saying. You have every right to counter them, but with the facts and figures, right? If you want to make some point, then you need to back it up by something which is a fact. You need to present that in front of them so that they can also accept that. Second, cybersecurity, I do not have any knowledge, but certainly you guys can be a part of our WhatsApp group, where we are coming up with a lot of free courses in the coming days that include cybersecurity, fund accounting, full stack, Java, communications, generic career guidance, and generic interview preparation, resume writing, a lot coming your way from CGC side. How to get salary in USD? How to get your salary in USD? You have to go to US in order to get the uh, your salary in USD. I didn't understand your question. Company is paying is US dollar. Okay. Yeah. One last question, then I'm closing out. How to approach the hiring team? Yeah, LinkedIn is the best way. Connect to the HRs, and they are sharing a lot of opportunities these days. Good candidates as a, like, from the side team talking about how to improve communication. Okay. Communication improve. There are three things you can do to improve your communication: is to start communicating and start communicating and start communicating. So these are the three things you can do to improve communication. Okay, you, in order to become a good cricketer, you need to go into the pitch and start playing, right? Same thing here also. In order to improve communication, you need to start talking. You can make a group of your friends, 3 or 4 friends, and do a lot of talkings. Make a group and take an interview of yourself. Start talking on the different subjects. That way you can certainly improve. Can we include workshop we attend? Can we include workshop what we attend previously in self-introduction? Yes, any workshop which are related to your field and all, you can certainly mention while you are giving your introduction. See, basically anything and everything which can add value to your profile, to your interview, you can always mention about that. How to get high pay job? You need to learn about that. What are the high paying jobs into the market, and skill yourself. Once you are skilled and trained on the things, certainly companies will find you. Okay. Okay, that's it. And for your information, those who are in Hyderabad and who are not in Hyderabad, for both of you, I have message, like those who are in Hyderabad, they can come to us. We always conduct weekly sessions. Our newly set up is there at Urdugar, that is Talent Development Center, is there at Urdugar, Mogalpura, on the first floor. You can always walk in on any Sunday. We are there from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I would urge everyone, whether you are fresher, experienced, you will have something here. Okay, you will get something out of here. So do come, make a practice of coming every week here, interact with the people. A lot of experienced people come here. You can interact with them directly, ask them, share your thoughts. You can do everything here, right? So do come and visit Talent Development Center, Urdugar, Mokalpura. Second thing is those who are like not in Hyderabad but want to stay connected with us. You can join our webinars, which happens on Saturday. This is a part of that, right? Today's webinar you are attending today, Saturday, and I don't know how many. There may be a certain number of people who are out of Hyderabad, so you guys can stay connected with such program. On the flyer, we had our number onto that. Okay, I have here. So this number, you can send your message with a request to add into our jobs group. So our job groups are meant for sharing genuine jobs, which consist of like all kind of jobs, whether IT, non-IT, accounting, everything, all kind of jobs we share there. And the information of webinars like today's and information about all the programs happening on Sundays. And there are a lot many free courses, full-time courses are coming up. I would urge each and everyone to join. You join yourself and get your friends and your relatives as well. Okay. Thank you very much for your patience, for listening for the past 1 hour. I really appreciate and I wish you all the best. I hope the session made sense to you. You can share your feedback quickly into the chat box if you want.